All right, hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Otis Frampton Live. Going to be testing the audio here with my headphones, making sure everything's good, and then we'll get to the show. All right, looks like we're all good. Let's see. All right, so tonight, going to be doing a little bit of color work in Procreate here on this cat page, at least the bottom of it. I don't have the top part totally inked yet, but I scanned the bottom. Just check something. Make sure I can see the chat. There we go. That's better. All right. Now I can see your chat if you're talking to me, which is nice. All right. So let's jump in here and finish what I was doing before I came on, which is pasting in my color ref from the previous page I was coloring, just to get those guys right. And I might try a little bit of experimentation. So it's weird. When I scanned it, it didn't line up with the original pencil, so I got to do some filling in, which that's really weird when sometimes scans don't line up with what you've actually printed. I don't know how that is, but it happens. It happens sometimes. All right, so like I said, what I might do if I can get to that point after coloring the characters a little bit here, I might actually be doing the backgrounds for these pages. And again, it's a 5-page comic commission for a client who collects scenes from Captain America: The First Avenger by comic artists. I wanted to do this scene, but I wanted it to be sort of complete. So I foolishly said, well, how about if I give you 5 pages? But it's gonna be good when it's all done. But anyway, the original liner, which obviously he'll receive. I did it like this, but I might do different type of backgrounds for the color version. Just so because I kind of wanted to have a little bit more of a painterly look, whereas with the original liner, I got this sort of Frank Miller-ish lighting situation going on here, and I'm going to be doing gray tones on it, probably ink wash. I almost did that tonight, but I wasn't quite ready to do it yet. I kind of want to wait till the entire thing is inked to do that, but I thought I could jump in and color. So that's what we're going to do tonight, and I will get going here. We don't really need that. There we go. And I'll kind of talk you through how I do things once again here. And because the backgrounds are going to be a little bit more painterly, I'm going to basically have to redo them, but it shouldn't take too long, and I can actually use sort of copy and paste for certain things for the bricks. I can show you that too. But for now, let's get in here and flat these guys. Shouldn't take too long. Oops, let's get that out of the way. So since I last did a live stream with Procreate, Team Procreate has updated the app to work with the new Apple Pencil Pro, which I am using here. Oh, looks like I gotta fix that. I haven't had a real chance to dig into how that's gonna what that's going to do. Here, sorry, I gotta fix some things here. I actually have a oops. I have a YouTube video saved that I need to watch to sort of get up to speed on what it can do. That being said, there's some things that are really obvious. Right when I opened the app and started using things like I'm able to squeeze the Apple Pencil to bring up my quick menu. It's pretty cool. Squeeze it to go away. I used to have to tap the screen, and sometimes that led to some issues with what was being activated. So I'm kind of glad that that's all fixed now. It's kind of cool. Another thing that's different is, obviously, you can now use haptics. So when you use the selection tool now, you can actually feel it kind of go. It kind of stutters when you use the tool now. You feel the selection being made. It's really kind of cool, no matter which one you use too. Again, haptics are moving the pencils. You feel it happening. That's pretty cool. And there are some brushes that now work with the roll feature. You could be able to roll. So, like, say you have a real painterly brush, you'd be able to actually twist the brush and have it move like a more natural brush. I haven't dug into that yet, but I will. And I'm sure there's other things that are going to be happening to make Apple Pencil a little bit more useful for artists. And I look forward to that. Speaking of styluses, I saw this week that I think it's Logitech. Logitech is coming out with a stylus for VR that you can use with like the Oculus Quest or other VR things. And I've seen some people using it at a conference that's going on right now. I forget what it's called, but it'll be able to use in VR to draw and paint and other things that the stylus can do. And that's pretty neat. I look forward to using that. I tweeted out to Logitech saying, "Hey, Logitech, I'm planning on actually trying to create a is that the right color? I don't think it is. Oh yeah. I know what colors I use for certain things. That looked off. But I'm gonna be. I have a comic series that's coming out in November that hasn't been announced yet. I'm waiting to announce it. But for one of the covers, I'm going to try to use a VR painting app called Vermilion to paint at least some of it. Do as much as I can. See if I can make it happen. Actually, this is right. I'll just leave it in there for now. It's a pretty simple cover, and so that's to my advantage. But I thought that it lent itself well to sort of a real painterly look, a different kind of look for the cover, and really wanted to try using Vermilion, which is a pretty cool painting app for the Oculus Quest. I know I have it on the Quest 2, so that means it works with the Quest 3. I don't know if it works with the first Quest, so I don't know about that. Hopefully, as the Oculus advances, more creative apps will be on there. There aren't too many on there right now. Which is, it's sort of the limitations of the technology of the processor in the Quest 2. The first VR setup I had was the Oculus Rift, and that had to be connected to a PC to work. And I got a laptop to get it to work. I don't really. It was the first Windows machine I'd owned in a long time, and it's still frustrating to me. But I got it to use apps like Quill, which is a 2D painting and animation app. It's really cool, and some of the 3D sculpting apps. And it was fun, but it was frustrating because I was tethered to the computer. It had to be. It was it's just bulky and difficult. And the Quest 2 is great. I mean, immediately I felt so much more comfortable using it because it's not tied to a computer. Although you can do that. I still have my computer and I can connect to it and use Quill, but it's such a frustrating process. At this point in my life, I kind of just want things to work. You know what I mean? So I haven't used Quill as much. But anyway, so Vermilion is the painting app that I'm using. I tried a couple of others. One I think is just called Painter. Didn't work as well for me. Vermilion is really, really good. I'm surprised it actually works on the Quest too, to be honest. Another great creative app. The other one I have is called Gesture VR, and it's a virtual life drawing app, and it's really, really cool. And it's frustrating because I have to sort of hold the virtual, pencil like this, and that's just not how I work. But if I could use a pencil like this in VR, oh, that'd be great. I'd be so happy. So happy. It's going to be fun. But yeah, so I tweeted out Logitech and let them know that I'd be interested in testing out the new stylus, and if they would do that, I'd plug it a bit. Not that I have a huge audience, but I've got 23,000 followers on Instagram and like 7,000 on Twitter. So, but I didn't hear back. That's okay. I think it comes out in December. I could be wrong about that. So I'll just have to wait, unfortunately. Or maybe it's September. Honestly, I forget. But if it's even if it's September, I think that might be too late for me to use it for what I want to use it for. To test out its abilities to. I'm sorry, I gotta get something here. Sample something from another page. So I got the. Well, why did it do that? Oh, that's why. I have it set as a reference. Let's try that again. Here we go. Okay. I'll grab one more thing here so I have the right colors going on. $17. So that's what it's 19, wasn't it? So these are going to be my adjustment layers. I'll just turn those off for now. Get rid of the color ref. All right. Got our flats there. Hey, Dark Gentleman, how you doing? Hello, hello, hello. Oh, and the Rational Texan has stopped in to say hello to me over on Rumble. How you doing? Got two chat rooms going, one on YouTube, one on Rumble. I gotta fix something real quick here. I have to fix this on the on the actual line art too. I inked his teeth wrong. I didn't want to give him the lines treatment. I wanted him to have the gap tooth look. That's better. Well, that's kind of off. Let's put it right here. Actually, that's better. There. Yeah, the kernel has the multiple teeth look. I know it's a silly thing to obsess over, but it all goes to character. I want the characters to look a certain way. Hey, Robert. Oh, well, hello, hello, hello. Now I know who you are. Thank you for hanging out with me. Actually, I'm going to grab something from this page that I have this part finished. I'm going to actually copy all. This is unfinished, but I did these two. I finished these two panels and these two panels on a previous show. So stuff. This is how my comic pages always look. I jump around. There's always like unfinished stuff, half finished stuff. I'm going to paste this in, paste that in, so I have a reference to work from. Stylistic reference, just showing how I've approached certain things. So I can follow my own lead. How are you doing tonight, Robert? I appreciate you stopping by. Okay, now let's get in there and start throwing some shade. Looks really, really bright on the Rumble and YouTube screens. So it's not as bright. It's unfortunate that I can't get in. I can't yet share my screen. I'd like to be able to do that. Although, some people like watching the work being done, by hand and not just watching a screen, watching things appear on screen. Robert says, been following you since way back when you streamed on, I think it was Judson TV, and I think there was another one that doesn't exist anymore. You did a heck of a lot of head sketches. 2 thumbs up. I did indeed. Yeah, it was Ustream actually. I did almost nightly Ustream shows for like 3 years when I was sort of living off of commission work back then. And then I did something that I called 7/7 Sunday, where people would sort of bid to get onto my commission list for each Sunday night. I do 7 head sketches at 7 inches by 7 inches for $7, and it was fun. It was a lot of fun, and it was one of those things that people would be really competitive about it, trying to get those sketches. It was kind of cool, and I remember when I was doing it, I told myself I would do it until it wasn't fun anymore. I would do it until it. Let's put this over there. Actually, let me split this up. I would do it until it started to feel like work. And one day, I remember I was prepping for the show on a Sunday night, and I remember thinking, I kind of don't want to do this anymore. It felt like work, and that was my last night. It was the last night I did it. It also another thing that affected stopping that was I was seeing somebody at the time who was not my wife. It was a hard thing to maintain that sort of almost nightly live stream schedule and have a life at the same time, Trying to get back into doing it now that, got a life together, and she understands. I mean, she understood then. She was really cool. It was me. It wasn't her. But I miss it. I miss doing it. It's weird because, for like 3 years there, I was doing it so much. What am I doing? It felt like second nature, and nowadays it's weird. It's like I get kind of self-conscious doing it sometimes now, which it's so weird to me because I was, it didn't bother me at all getting on the live stream. Maybe it's that I was doing it when it was still relatively new and not a lot of people were doing it, and I felt like I was less exposed. Maybe I don't know. I know it feels like every great artist is doing it, and maybe don't measure up, but that's silly. I know imposter syndrome is so stupid, but it can be crippling. It can be crippling. Doing good. Wanted to see what you're up to. Yeah, well, this is what I'm up to. Just working on these pages. So speaking of doing more live streams, I'm thinking about starting to do daily live streams on the weekdays at 1 p.m. Where I jump on and for like 40 minutes, I just work on whatever I have going on in the world of comics. And then for 15 more minutes, so around the hour, I show and talk about comics that I love. Just kind of like the way the cartoonist kayfabe guys do, or did. Talk about my influences and show stuff that I love, and just call it the, whoops, what the heck just happened? Call it Otis Frampton's Comic Cast or something like that. But that would sort of, it would, I think it'd be good as opposed to sort of more structured live streams. Not that this is too structured, but it's still sort of based on, my commission work, which I'll also do. But I want to show off the comic stuff I'm doing too. That's important to me. I don't do that enough. I mean, I guess you could consider this doing that, but it isn't to me because this is a commission and it's a very separate kind of thing to me. And I would work on, whatever, like I said, whatever is on the schedule that day that I'm working on, and so you get to see a variety of stuff each day. And it wouldn't be the same projects either. I mean, it would be the same projects over time, but not each day. One thing I really miss about those Ustream days is that I was able to stream my desktop and nothing. People would get to see the real colors as opposed to like this, Working, Robert says, working, hold on, I gotta expand this. Working a bunch of pages like that would kill me, but when you do all the things, I can see the benefit of doing that way. What do you mean by working a bunch of pages like that? Please explain. No bucket heads. Yeah, that's true. That was one of my rules doing 7/7 Sunday. Sometimes I made an I see what I did. Sometimes I made an exception. If somebody asked nicely and it was an interesting bucket head, and by bucket head I mean like stormtroopers, Darth Vader, Boba Fett, things like that. Oh, so boring to draw. I don't like drawing things too much, and maybe I should get over that. But come on. I preferred organic characters, so to speak, especially creatures. That's my thing. Yeah, no bucket heads. I did some bucket heads. Sometimes I even allow bucket heads in the regular commission work, but not too often. Anyway, Otis's Comic Cast. I think that might be happening soon. Maybe I'll start next week. But I might work in commission work into that too, because I prefer to not have it conflict with time with my lady at night, because I don't want to take that away. I want to miss out on that, I should say. She my best friend. in my headphones right now. I'm listening to an '80s playlist, and somebody's watching me just came on, that's totally appropriate. It's true. Somebody is watching me. I don't always feel like somebody's watching me, but sometimes I do. Oh, come on. Robert says the psychological beatdown from the artists themselves is very real and debilitating if you let it rotate. Yeah, I mean, and I definitely have to deal with imposter syndrome. It's and I didn't feel it as much then, and which is really strange because I feel like I've as most artists do as they grow, I feel like I've gotten better at what I do, and yet the more I feel like I know, the less I feel like I know, and the more I feel like an imposter. It's really frustrating. It's so frustrating. Where was I? It's just the nature of the beast, I guess. And I don't know if I just said this or not, but the other thing that would be nice about doing that sort of daily thing where I could work on comics, get to do more work in Procreate, which um, it's where I really like to work. Doing the traditional artwork. Whoops. Let's bring that selection back. There we go. It's not my forte. It's funny. My wife is on vacation right now, and with her lady friends, and I went and visited them at their retreat yesterday. And one of her friends is a graphic artist, and we were talking shop just a little bit, which I don't usually do, but we got on the subject, and I think I surprised her by saying that I hated drawing on paper, and always have. Robert says, I find I really like sketching streams where someone just throws all kinds of ideas on a page and works them for a time. I really like seeing that process. Yeah, I probably do some of that too. It's the thing I do least, which is showing that part of the process. But it's maybe people would want to see that. I don't know. Again, that's not my forte. And so I guess I tend to try to hide it. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't. Definitely shouldn't, right? What was I doing? Oh yeah, I gotta add some glass into the guy's glasses. First, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna organize my reference into its own folder so I can get it out of the way easily. There we go. What was I doing? Oh, glass. Gotta put some glass in the man's glasses. This is the coloring is my favorite part of the. Well, I mean, for comic pages, the layouts are a favorite part of the process. I guess you could say the beginning and the end are my favorite parts of the process. Um, the initial sort of rough sketch layout stage where you're working on the storytelling, and then the final colors where it really feels like you're bringing the lines to life. Robert says, "Oh, I just meant all the pages you had done at different stages." Oh, well, you make comics. That's the way it is. You're going to be making a lot of comics, and they can't all be the most exciting things in the world. And I think that's what a lot of aspiring comic creators don't quite understand. That it's a storytelling medium. It's not a I drew this cool thing medium. It's not an illustration medium, and so sometimes you got to draw the boring stuff. But it comes with the territory. And that was actually kind of one of the challenges of this. Let me do something real quick. Of this set of pages was, it's two guys in a room. It's not the most exciting scene. It's a scene that I love. I genuinely do. I didn't choose this page because I thought it'd be easier or anything like that. It's genuinely one of my favorite scenes in a movie that I love. I love Captain America: The First Avenger, and this scene with the two Tobys, as it were, Toby Jones and Tommy Lee Jones. I love it. These two great actors with this great scene, and but I mean it's not exactly the kind of scene that lends itself to a comic page so much. So my challenge was to focus on the acting, and hopefully my client will enjoy the outcome. He's got a really great collection of Captain America comic page commissions. It's really an honor to have been asked to contribute. And honestly, I think part of the reason also why I offered to do like 5 pages in the whole scene is because that might make me feel like I'm, my work deserves to be there if I put more into it. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes sense, but I wanted to give him something that would stand up with the other really great work. I think I have a link to his work. I should put that in the notes for these so that people can check out what he's got going for the commissions already, because they're so good. They're so good. Okay, so we got this done. Now I'm gonna, like I said, and it's gonna require getting rid of the background, but I'm not gonna do that yet. So what I'm doing for now is let's throw a scrim over this. And I'm going to create some. Well, here, so what I'm doing. I'm going to copy and paste some of the wall. Oops. Bring it up here. Kind of use this as a guide to create some more bricks. I'm just going to use black for now. I'll change the color later, but I want to get, and I want them to look kind of rough, so I'm going to whoops, that's okay. Let's not do that. There we go. So I'm going to hand color them. And leave a little bit of space in there for the whatever that is called that is in between bricks. I don't want to do too many of these, but I just want to do enough to sort of get started. I think it's not. Procreate is so finicky sometimes with how much you can get away with that color drop fill. Here, I'm going to erase this. Whoops. Come on. I'll do a couple more. You don't need too many because I can flip and flop them and make it look like they're different. You really don't need too many of anything to duplicate them enough to make them look different. Really, Procreate? Really? Here we go. All right. Let's touch these up a little bit. Okay, let's see if I can make a little bit of a template here with these. Whoops, what just happened? Okay, it's going to take just a couple of minutes to build like a grid that's good enough to use for all the purposes I want. Doesn't have to be perfect. What I'm trying to do here, let's get all this in its own group. Delete this. Bring it up here so I can see the whole thing. Should have been a little bit more considerate about where I was putting stuff here. It's okay. And again, it's okay if they don't look perfect because I want it to look a little organic. I know this is the most exciting thing to watch. I apologize, but must be done. Must be done. And I think so. You're about 15 minutes left in me. I may just have to move things along to show what I'm planning to do here. If I was smart and had time to really think things through, I might make a brush. If I was smart, but I'm not smart. Let's see how close I can get away with. That new haptic feedback for the Apple Pencil Pro when I do the selection, it always freaks me out a little bit. Still not quite used to it. All right, we're getting there. Now I'm just going to copy and paste certain things as I need them. Let's see, do they have enough? I might have enough at this point. Whoops. If I don't, I can always add. All right, let's call this Bricks template. Now I'm going to go back in here. Whoops. Now let's try to line this up a little bit. Not exactly though. I think that works. Now, where is it gonna? And these aren't going to be black when all is said and done. I'm just showing the process. Showing the process. All right. Grab another one of the templates. Bring it down. Turn it on. Get it to about the size of the other bricks. Come on. That looks about right. Gotta fill in some gaps over there, but that's okay. Okay. I know this looks like a mess right now, but it will all make sense. So we got our new bricks in there. So I'm gonna duplicate the line art so I can save a copy in case I screw this up, because I'm basically just erasing my work here at this point. But gotta get rid of the old bricks. Look at all that work just being erased. I'm going to save part of this though, because part of this is the interrogation two-way mirror. Or is it one-way mirror? Yeah, whatever. Bring this down there, turn it back on. And now we got some bricks. I am going to get this out of the way though, so I can work on the bricks by themselves. It's so weird. The haptic response in the pencil now. It's just so funny. Wonder if I'll ever get used to it. So we're gonna cut that, get it out. Yeah, there we go. Now we're cooking. So kind of like that level of color right there. Actually, 74. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. Smurge these down. There. Now they're colored. All right, you can kind of start to see what I'm trying to do here. It's going to be a more subtle. Whoops! Come on, don't do that. Painterly background. Just fill these in real quick. The other method works well for traditionally inked comic page, but when I do the colors, I want it to look a little bit more like a cell animation background. That's kind of what I'm going for. This gives me more, and it makes it. I mean, the character pops. You can already see it. The character pops a little bit more with a more painterly background like this. So I like that. Oh, Robert's back. Let's see. What is Robert saying? was just going to ask how the new iPad was operating. Did you get the big boy 11 or 13? Or I got this is the 13-inch. It's the new 13-inch and 512 gigabytes of storage. The first time I've ever had to go to 512 for any device, any Apple device I've had. I've always gone for 256, but on my last iPad, I was starting to bump up against that a little bit. So I went for the bigger storage. Yeah, I'm already liking this more. The character just pops more. I really like that look. And I'm gonna put where did I put it? So the two-way mirror is gonna go back in there. I saved the line art so that I could use it as a guide later. But I just wanted to get the bricks, aligned and show you how I would do that. Now let's just erase a little bit away from the crease in the wall. Give it kind of a rough look, because this is a rough room. It's an interrogation room. And then I'm going to go with the same sort of lighting. Where'd it go? Same lighting scheme, and what I'll do here just to make sure that I'm kind of getting the same way, because I like the way it was angled. I'm just going to go in here. Let's go more. There we go. Oops, I want some lines. So I'm going to go in and again adjust this, but the same kind of lighting I wanted that. I wanted it to angle right through their faces there. I was using light to guide the eyes a little bit. Robert says, yeah, you need freedom from the stress of the inevitable bump against the structural. Yeah, and I mean, I back up, all the time in multiple places. But it's nice to keep, my work on the iPad. So to do that, I decided to go for more storage. All right, let's see. Coming up on 8 o'clock. 1 hour is about as long as I can take hunched over like this. I usually work sitting down with the iPad propped up on my lap. But to do this, I need to sit hunched over a desk, and my back just can't take it. So I think I got to a good point here. I was able to show how I was going to do the bricks and start the lighting, and maybe I'll show a little bit more of the work that I'm going to do at a certain point in this to give it some texture, give it more subtle lighting, the same way that I had for the where is it? These original panels, with the cool shadows and the warm light that I have to add in there and change things around. Same thing with this. I got to change that. But it's a good start, and I think that the pages are already starting to look better. I always feel a little better when I can get some color on there. Poor Tommy Lee Jones. He's just so shocked. All right. Thank you for watching. And I will be back. Let's see. I'm doing 2 shows this weekend. I'll be live streaming at 1 p.m. on both Saturday and Sunday to work on, what are we working on? A Daredevil commission, I think. So I might be doing some of the pencil work on Saturday and then starting to ink it on Sunday. So we'll see. And I hope to see you there. Please like and subscribe both on Rumble and YouTube. Doesn't matter. Movie time. I had a calendar alert for I get to watch a movie now that I've done my work. I'm going to watch Ultraman Rising, so we'll see how that goes. Like and subscribe. Follow me on all the socials and stuff, and I hope you have a good night. Take care.